Hey, everybody.
Good evening.
Howdy, howdy. Chilling on hump day.
Oh, yeah. Three Rusty Nails, Steve Wright, James Richards, Carl, Clayton. Awesome. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Jack.
I'm going to adjust the size of the Tech Talk. Let me do that real quick.
Jack, I missed your live stream. I got back to the shop late after running my dad into town, and so yeah, sorry. I was gonna, if I'd have seen it, I would have jumped in the chat.
Hey, is that a little more readable for everybody?
Well, it looks good now. What's up,
Papa
Jim?
Juan, Jack, Kai, Jack, Steve, Patty, Todd, William, Jim, Robert.
Oh, hey. Stop it.
Is your cord long enough there, Jeremy?
No, almost. That's why I'm fighting with my sound system. Once you get me up on full screen, Papa Juan's in the house, and I got something to show. He sent me something pretty awesome.
Robert, let's see. I got you and Herb, Highway 70. Hello, Wisconsin. Well, we're just kind of hanging out, chit chat, trying to maybe run a couple projects.
Yeah.
Any viewer suggestions or anything like that within reason? 806 Lasers, William. Do you want to show that now?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just working on note editing. So, well, hold on. Let me get the other thing first. No, it's not here. So, this is the Lasermatic 10, the little 10-watt diode. It's like an inch by inch diode thing. This is the filter kit that I made for Papa Juan. And then he sent me this. Take the lid off. And it's got all my freedom seeds inside, ready to grow. Just they're waiting to sprout. Right, springtime is here. They're time to get planted in the berm out back. But yeah,
Cool.
so I thought that was pretty stinking slick. He does some really good work.
Precision Cut Designs is in the house.
Howdy, howdy.
And Ray, thank you, Ray, from Indiana, UK, Indiana, California. We're covering quite a bit of geography here. So what I think I'm going to do is I have a few K-bars to engrave, so I might just show you that and get a couple of those knocked out.
Yeah, I'm fighting with nodes right now. So I'm just doing some node editing on a earring design that I lost when I lost a bunch of my files. So trying to recover some.
Oh. Oh, I'll share a link with everybody too. What do I do with it? I just had it. Yeah.
I didn't mean for you to legit make me fight with it, dude.
So this is a 3D printed keychain. Keychain, zipper pull, lanyard tag, whatever you want. Laser Maker's Realm. And I thought I would share this tonight. I actually have these on a website, my website. Jeremy and I will split the proceeds and use it for material testing for the Laser Makers Realm live streams.
Gotta have that stuff. My plywood requisitions they went through the toilet. They're out in the septic tank and headed to the drain field at this point. That's how bad they are. I have to send some back already. I did another mistake. So yeah, it's not. I'm not winning on that route today.
So basically, you can make a donation to the channel and get something for it. Think of it that way. TJ, does anyone have starred settings for leatherette 40-watt diode?
Why is it doing that? Oh, I know why.
Let me see. Let me take a look here.
I do not. So I have a 30 watt, and I'm not even sure if those are correct. I've got a couple of hat patches to do this week when my stuff from Lone Star gets here. So
I don't know why Lightburn duplicated my library. So I've got one in here is in here 3 times. Well, several of them are.
oh, hi Barb. I didn't see in there. Barb's my neighbor. She's got a Rolly Lasermatic because of me now. My fault.
All right, TJ, what shade of leatherette are you working on there? And get you probably in the ballpark.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, hopefully this doesn't create any more background noise. I turn this thing on.
Red, pink, brown, and green.
Red, pink, brown, green. Okay, cool. Oh, Jack. I wanted to show you something. So, I took the 80 watt out of my, let me see. Let me just grab my camera here. It'll be much easier to do it this way. Well, I'll try not to make you seasick. This used to have the 80 watt in it. And then I took that out, put the 120 watt fiber in it. This used to have the Raycus 50 watt in it. So I took it out and put the 80 watt JPT in it. And it is so much smaller. See, there wasn't enough room to put everything in there. So I ended up, Velcro works. The power supply for the laser is now on the outside, which it's actually working out because it hasn't been overheating. Everything seems to be running just fine. So that's what I'm going to be using tonight is the 80 watt JPT inside of this. So the indicators and the emergency thing doesn't work, but I know how to turn it off real quick if I need to.
Mm-hmm. One of those medieval bats you got hanging behind you.
Yes. Hey, Kevin, your keychain went out yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. Man, my camera just fell. Woodworker Gene, how are you this evening?
Ow! I messed up again. All right, hold on. I gotta fix this.
Yeah, that's it, Jack. Make do with what you have. I thought about leaving it outside, and then I thought, you know what? If I rearrange everything in there, I can get it to fit, still have the fans in front of it, and just put the power supply on the outside. And hey, you already got that, Kevin? Dang, must have mailed it Monday. That's impressive. That was first class shipping too.
Hey, Woodworker Gene.
Okay, let me get Lightburn open. For TJ. I'm guessing a speed of 20,000 if your laser will do that. Power of probably 25. Line interval of 0.05. That's probably a decent place to start and adjust from there.
There's one for you, Patrick. Ray's got a question about his 100-watt fiber.
Okay. Racus. Do you know which model Racus that is? And I guess a better question is, if you have the documentation, do you know what its advertised peak pulse may be? Whether it's 1.2 millijoules or 1.3, 1.5. If you happen to have the paperwork handy. Otherwise, I can try to look it up. You're welcome, TJ. So you rake is 100 watt, I think? Ray, is that the 100 watt MOPA? If it is,
Just a standard fiber.
okay, so it's not a MOPA. It's 3050. Here's the 100. Max single peak pulse is 1. So RFL P100. Correct. I got it up here. So a max single peak pulse energy of 1 is what is on the spec sheet on the website. So determine the frequency at which it would output the most power. Should be the wattage divided by the peak pulse. So 100 divided by 1 will give you a 100. It looks like your frequency range is small at 80 to 120. So if you drop below a frequency of 80, the laser will cut back power. And if you go above 120, it will cut back power. Hey, Sergio. How's it going? Hope that helps you out there. Oh, Jeremy, something just came off the printer.
Ooh, I think I just created the bionic earring. Better, faster, stronger.
So a couple years ago on Laser Maker's Realm, we did keychains.
Yes.
So I used Rich's just SVG outline for the like old school classic hotel keychains. This shape.
Oh yeah.
So this shape. So I was playing around and I came up with that. That turned out pretty well. So that was yeah. Yeah. So I was just trying to come up with something just to see how it looked, and it looks like that turned out just fine.
Welcome,
Simon from the UK.
UK. Nice.
Yeah. Ray, try to stick between 80 and 120 and see how it does. Because the spec sheet is on the website, and I'll pull it up for you. Let me show it to you. All right, so here's the RFL P100QA. We scroll down, repetition frequency right there is 80 to 120. Max single pulse energy, 1. So yeah, you want to stick between that 80 and 120. So it looks like they had it set up where you weren't operating in a frequency range at all. Unless there's a variation that has a different frequency. So if you have your manual handy, you can always check that.
Yeah, my printer just ended too, but that's a couple of orders came in for the orange filter covers, so we're doing those. My dad walked in the shop the other day and he just sat there shaking his head at all my gadgets and toys and machines I got burring and running.
Probably never expected that, did he?
Now, well, he knew I was kind of, not a mechanic. I was always, he was a mechanic, and I was always walking around with a hammer in my hand trying to fix stuff on the barn. So I naturally went into building, and I still do mechanic work too. But yeah, I was always into the machines and the gadgets and stuff, and he wasn't. So
Let me slide this over. I just used Adobe Illustrator and came up with this and then just exported it as a PNG and then used the Maker Lab and Bamboo image to keychain. And I'm going to do a video on that. And I just wanted to see if the settings that I'd been using translated into something other than a circle keychain, and it seemed to work just fine. But anybody have any ideas? Because I could do another one. But it was fun.
cool.
Let's see.
Yeah. I can't get down and do brakes like I used to because of my knees right now. So that's what sucks. I'm looking to get a lift and just put a lift outside on a slab somewhere so I can get stuff off the ground. My dad's 70 and he was under his truck today putting a starter in.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Here's another keychain I made. And then here's another one. That's an original design. Oops. There we go. Stay in focus. Those have been fun to play around with. All right, now let me open this file up. Oh, I can show you something else. This is fresh off the laser. It hasn't been brushed, polished, anything because I just turned it over so I could start working on the other side. Let me go into full screen again. Any guesses on who this is going to be for? No. He's holding a guitar.
Kid Rock?
Nope.
Okay. I'd say Nugent, but Nugent's from Michigan. I don't know who you got I don't know who you got in West Virginia.
Not West Virginia related.
Oh, okay.
So go with your first opinion again.
Ted Nugent?
Yes.
That's funny. Okay, one thing that I've done, I've switched to real wood for doing earrings and different stuff instead of plywood. I think it looks better. It engraves nicer. It cuts better. So I got cherry, maple, and Paduke around here somewhere. Cherry's in there right now burning. So I'm doing these earrings I just fixed. I'm going to see what they look like.
Yep, Jim, that is correct.
Motor City Madman. $13. Brakes? What'd you do? Put fluid in it? Last time I did brakes on one of my cars, it was $235. I fixed the fuel pump in my truck. It cost $600. Of course, I took the box off and built a wooden bed and put a topper on it. So, I mean, what are you going to do, right? Front pads? Yeah, well, your Hondas, them little cars, the front pads are the size of a BMX bike. So it's like, they don't cost much. I should know. My son's got one. He's got a little Hyundai.
All right. So here's the design I have to do on the K-bar. This is one of the Herschel Woody Williams edition K-bars that I do for the VFW. And let me get over there. I'll full screen this for just a moment. So here we have the right side and then the left side. So this has to go between the oh my gosh, what's it called? It's like the where the knife has the trench in it for blood. What's that called? What's it called on a knife where it has the where it's milled out for the blood? Oh my gosh. Why am I drawing a blank? Somebody chat knows the name. Just Blood Groove? Yeah, Juice Groove. Blood Groove. Yes. Yeah. Sweet. So the signature goes into Blood Groove. This goes above the Blood Groove, the date. And then obviously this is below the Blood Groove. And then right here, this is curved to match the curvature of the K bar. And this just sets between the Blood Groove and where that curve starts. So it has to be positioned nice and perfect, and then engrave that, then flip it over and put this on the backside.
Okay, well, it looks good except for I have a cut somewhere that don't need to have a cut. What happened? Where is that at? Oh, right there. Found it. All right, I can fix that. So, yeah. So this is what I just fixed. Let's get one of them held up. I mean, you can see on this B right there, there's a cut right at the bottom there, and it's not supposed to be there. So now I have to go take that line out, and I'll redo it. Called a fuller.
Thank you guys for filling in my memory loss blank there. There you see the Blood Groove, and then the curve at the end of the blade.
Nope, I don't want to do that. That's better. You know, I was in the middle of getting rid of that thing too, and I was answering a question, and then I forgot about it, and I cut it. So it is what it is. Okay. So put that one right there, and we'll put that one. All right, that looks like it'll fit. Let's try it again. Thanks, Barb. These are for one of my wife's friends. She got the plywood version of these last year, and even though it wasn't my fault and she broke them, you know how wives are. My friend broke her earrings. Yes, dear, I'll make her a new pair. So, wives like to give stuff away.
Let me zoom in. You can see right there is where the date has to go.
Wow.
And here's the signature. Let me select them all. And you can kind of get the picture on how They'll all line up there. I really need to fasten this jig down so I don't accidentally bump it. I have to reline everything up again.
My other printer's just about done. And if Jim's still watching, I'll show him the file he's going to get in a few minutes. After I verify everything works the way I want. Mm-hmm.
I always frame everything individually. Just to make sure it's good where it's supposed to go.
Okay. Yeah, I see that, Jim. That's better. That's way better. No,
Oh,
I
nice.
didn't. I did not. Don't blame me.
Jim's getting a printer.
He's got one.
Oh, he's got it already.
Yeah. It's okay. Jim didn't tell you that I bought 2 of them.
You bought 2 printers?
I have 2 FlashForge 5Ms. Adventure 5Ms because that it was a good printer when it worked. That one I got from Rich. I don't even know what it is. Anchormate M5C or whatever. It's no longer supported in the United States and can't get parts for it now. I looked on their website. There's a couple things that interchange, but they changed their app and they changed their thing on the computer, and then now it's called a Eufy Make. And as soon as they did that, the printer stopped working. So I was like, well, time to upgrade.
Really? I haven't turned mine on in a while, so I won't be surprised if it works.
There we go. A couple of solid cherry honeycomb. Come on, focus. There you go. Little beehive earrings. All done.
No, I just accidentally nudged it too far.
Kenny, I just burned these literally twice. I just did them twice. The first one I messed them up, so I had to do another one. Hey, Pop, didn't see you sneaking in there.
Oh, I didn't see him sneak in either. Okay, I think I'm going to give this a go. I'm always nervous doing these because they're really expensive to mess up.
I don't have anything fancy like that in the shop. Oh, I did extend my on the fiber laser there. I did extend my homemade metal holding jig so I can hold a 6-inch wide piece of stuff now. I just drilled and tapped 2 holes into my bed there yesterday and got it to work. So now I don't have to cut my 6-inch sheets in half to get it to fit between the other two things. So that was fun. I have another project coming up that I'm not sure if it's going to work. Unlike that filter housing that I was trying to make that I destroyed. That's why there was no video on it. That was a fun day. So I got some angle iron outside that's 28 by 60. It's in a box, and I'm planning on putting a laser in it on rails to go back and forth to do huge print and cuts on. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. I just dragged the angle iron out of the woods, and I got to get it all wire brushed and painted. Thank you, Papa Juan. You got fires going on there? Smoky Jersey Shore?
Yeah, there are fires in Jersey.
Is there? Wow. I know they were having some in North Carolina. I watched the Perkins Brother Builders YouTube channel, and they were on their job site looking out across the other peak of the mountain. There's smoke coming over. So they were kind of getting concerned a little bit, but the other thing is a 3-hour print, 3 hours and 12 or 15 minutes, something like that. It should be done here in the next probably 20 minutes or so, maybe 25 minutes. It'll be done. So another thing that, oh, you know what? I'm going to zip you up on full screen so people can see what that's doing.
I didn't even think about it. I was sitting here watching my camera, making sure everything was looking good. Three rusty nails. This is the 80 watt. It is the um, higher version 80 watt because it has a max peak pulse of 2.0. So it outputs a higher peak pulse than the 120. Yeah. That is correct. Yeah, so I'm having to run this 80 watt at like 50% power. Otherwise, it's too much. And I'm not running it at max Q pulse. The 80 watt, it's pretty deep. I'll show it to you when it finishes up here. It's like 6 layers of engraving and cleaning. The easiest way to get that kind of detail is to make sure your timings are spot on. Can't stress that enough. Because if your timing's off, it will really blur all those details. I have 4 of these to do, both sides, and then a couple will have serial numbers, and I put those on the spine. Rich is busy this evening. He might pop in if he gets a chance. Here's what I'm going to do. Before I remove this knife, I am going to try to fasten this jig bar down. So this jig down so it doesn't go anywhere. Let's get in here. Might not have on the street. Well, I have too long the screws. That one's probably too long too. Uh, just that he was busy. Might pop in a little bit. Dang. Figures I'm not going to have screws. And I even said earlier I needed to fasten this down. See if I can find my light on. Found him. So I use the jig bars and long longer thumb screws to help secure my axes. And I'm working them. Yeah, it has. Well, I have my really long thumb screws, but I can't find my shorter versions. Oh, that's not going to help either. Here we have. Yep, because these bolts are way too long, I think. Yeah, it's really good. Well, I'm just going to have to risk it. So I probably end up bumping this and getting it misaligned when I take it off. Okay, that didn't move. Okay, now let me clean it. All right, now it's been cleaned with some oil and a magic eraser. I have 4 more to do. And see, I think 2 of them get serial numbers on the spine. I put it right here. And then, of course, I have to do the back. Thanks, Barb, for stopping in. We appreciate it. Yes, I got those for my Halloween costume. That's October, whenever I dressed up as Rich. But it turns out I really like them. So I use these for my readers now. He gives me a hard time for wearing his glasses.
I did not pre-line that up, so I'm hoping that's fine. That's free. Howdy, howdy.
Oh, I
Okay.
also engraved the Medal of Honor on the sheaths. I could do one of those on the CO2 Galvo. Show you that if you wanted to see that.
Do it. I'm just here. I'm just here for moral support and to kind of hang out and play with stuff. I was busy anyway doing my own things, so this is Michigan cherry I'm burning, which is kind of cool because in Michigan. So now I'm doing a pair of Michigan earrings with a little heart inside. We'll see how those turn out. I
All
haven't
right.
cut any of these in a long time, and my stock is running low. Kevin says that looks super sharp.
Thank you, Kevin.
It's a knife, so I hope so.
Yeah, they are pretty sharp. Straight out the factory. All right, now let's head back over. my reader's back on.
Ooh, I think I can make those bigger. I like them. I think I'm going to make them bigger. How big are those?
All right, that one looks good.
They're only 30. Yeah, I need to go up to 40. Okay.
That looks good.
Okay.
Kenny, where do I get my K-bars? Let's see, two places. Either RSR Group, which is one of my firearms wholesalers, or Ohio Knife and Tool. Let me pull that up for you and show you. It's just ohioknifesales.com, and you can sign up for a dealer application. You know, they sell all kinds of stuff. Search it without logging in. The K-bar full size USMC is what I need. Straight edge, this one. See, have to log in. Sometimes they don't have them in stock, so that's why I go to RSR. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Double check this date, because if that thing's off, all right, I think that looks good. I guess let's get ready for round two. Bye, Pop Pop. Have a wonderful evening. All right, here we go. Round two. Are you guys able to hear the laser sounds, or is my noise canceling removing it? Oh my gosh, look at the light reflecting off of the fume hood. So bright. What's it called now? It's NVIDIA Broadcast. So it's made by NVIDIA, and it uses the NVIDIA graphics card that I have in the computer to run all the noise cancellation and all that stuff. Pretty cool. I need to drink the caffeine. Both. Yep, because there's engrave pass, then a cleanup, and then another engrave, then a clean, then a final pass. It kind of anneals it, makes it look nice. What's up, Tyler? How are you doing? Next, I'll take you over to the CO2 Galvo and burn the Medal of Honor on the sheath. Oh, doing steel? Yeah, I can do that. Um, Let me just see if I can find it. Let's see, there's the tumblers. Here's the knife. Why can't I find it? Yeah, that was 5. Ah, here it is. I finally found it. Sorry for that delay. Okay, carefully remove. Let me clean it real quick. And here's number 2. Same as number 1. Focus. There we go. All right. Second one's done. Now I don't have this on Lightburn, but I do. I can't show you the Lightburn file, but I'll show you the engraving of the sheath with CO2 Galvo.
Cool. Oh, I will give you guys a little bit of a teaser. I am going to be doing my very first product review here in a little bit from a Michigan company. So that's exciting.
That is cool.
It's something that has been discussed on some forums and maybe in the live streams a couple times that I remember.
All right, just trying to get my camera mount so it won't fall down. All right, there we go. Yep. Lift up. And there we go. Focus. Ring. And there goes the camera. Man, I can't tighten that anymore. All right, straight. Let me change this to tall. Make sure we have knees. Rivet. Okay. I don't smell anything. Here's why. Yeah, it was right there. Yeah, that was Yeah, white box, things like that. Oh, really? Well, probably from the CO2. Well, the CO2 Galvo sounds like a freaking jet engine. Uh, just now, I just wiped it with a microfiber, plain dry microfiber. See if I can get a shot where you can see the smoke being taken out. There you go. Yeah, it's sucking all the smoke in. I don't smell anything. Hey, Dwayne, what's up? Just 4 to do right now, Jack. I've had large orders in the past. And this doesn't include for me to do a whole order. I also have to do plaques for them too. The display plaques. And I have 3D printed mounts that I designed for the knife so that they're mounted to the wood, and then the knife sets in the little mounts for display. Doesn't seem to. Third, 30. All right, let's move this down. All right, there's those four.
Into them? Is that why it's a different color?
Yeah, that already comes pre-embossed.
That's what I was wondering.
Well, there's two different lasers demoed.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that wasn't too boring. Do have two more knives to do, but I just don't feel like doing them.
All right, well, I got my 3D print stuff off. Let me show that off a minute.
Sure thing.
So I got that Adventure 5M, and I built a little tool caddy for it, a little thing right here to hang your pliers off the front. And when I put this on there, it just had a lip right here, and it sat, and everything was above the top of it. I didn't like that. So first run, I mean, it does a really good job, and that's a very heavy line too, not like the fine stuff that I normally do. And I did it on this one again. So there's my tree support, but it's got an extended thing. Oh, I love that. Just popped right off there. Okay, now I have a lip right here so that it'll hook around and stay on and drop down. So this stuff will be flush with the top, hopefully. But it's got a spot for the glue stick, all of the wrenches, and I even added some stuff for USB in case you needed a USB in there. You can do stuff with the USB. But, and then this last one is, I got an order, a weird one for a giraffe bookend. Now, this is a miniaturized prototype that I shrank down to go show the lady, and she was like, yes, I want them. So the filament will be here tomorrow, and that'll be the beginning of a couple of 8-hour prints because they're going to be like 8 inches tall and 7 inches deep or whatever for the bookshelf stuff, bookends. So that's what I'm doing with my 3D printer. And then, what I just did with these, let me show you the Michigans. So there's a couple of those. Oops, let's flip it so it's right on the screen. There you go. Little solid cherry. And I believe this is Michigan cherry as well. Come on, get up there. There it is. Little earring with a heart in it. I didn't have any of those left, so I figured I'd make those today. So anyways, that's what I'm goofing around with.
Testing. Jeremy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Yeah. Oh, and that other scene, you couldn't hear me. That's right. I didn't set that
up. Jack, my top and bottom Z distance are both set to 0.21. And that's what I found for those to do their job and then just kind of come right off. I love it. And that was a 0.23 layer height on that one, just for a fast prototype. Normally, when I do stuff like that for somebody, it's a 0.18. I haven't messed with anything skinnier than that yet. Jim, you missed. I got the toolkit done. Oh, another thing I added was a little bit of a nub right there on the front right here. So when the pliers come, they don't slide off if the vibration gets a little overwhelming on the machine. I wonder if I could hook my camera up and show you. So there's angle on the top of the there's like, I don't know if that's going to be thick enough. So there's angle on the top. So when this comes over the top, it like clips into the angle and just hangs so that it doesn't back off and bounce out. It's just something, it's going to have to come out, snap, and go like that. I haven't even test fit it yet. I just brought this over here. Let me go test fit that real quick, make sure it works.
Let's see. I'm going to show you guys side 2 of the Nugent coin.
Like a glove.
This is going to be side 2. I'm going to do that in a multi-layer. The text is not going to get engraved. I'm going to do the area around the text, the blue, that will be engraved. The stars will not be engraved. Then I'm going to not engrave where his name. Engrave down several layers and then have the gun and guitar, and then engrave down several more layers and then have this hexagon pattern. I'm going to try to get like three or 4 layers out of it and see how it looks. It'll be brass coin. Side 2 of the one I did earlier. I should brush that up and see how it looks. Then I can compare the two.
Jim's got a question for you. How do you check the kerf on the XW? I think it's a 0.1.
Yeah, I think 0.1 is what I'm going to use.
That's what my 30 watt is.
If I'm going to use a kerf, it's 0.1.
Yeah, Rich is just asking you if you had his glasses again.
Awesome, isn't it?
Oh. Well, how you doing, Rich? I hope you're doing good. Better anyway. On the road to recovery speedily.
Yeah, here are my glasses. I think you should be able to see the detail on these now. So here's side 1 of the Nugent coin. Let me show it to you in art format first. And let's see. All right. The bottom is the first side that I've done. And now I'll show it to you after it came off the laser, and I just hit it with a brass brush. So it's not polished or anything like that. There, focus. Dang. It's being really picky. All right, so you get the point. So now I have to do the other side. Let me move my camera. I'll show you guys what I did for a jig. I have an aluminum slab. And what I did is I used the laser to mark 4 holes at, 100 millimeters, I think, apart. So those would line up with the holes in the laser bed. And then I just took a 40 millimeter circle and used the laser to basically remove, I don't know, not even about a millimeter, enough that coin would drop right down in and not move. So I just made my own jig that way.
Oh, that's a good way. That's a good idea.
Because this laser, this desktop one, it's the one that, hold on, let me switch cameras first. It's the one that it will rotate on the base there, and then it slides back and forth. So I wasn't quite sure where center was, so that's what I did. I drilled the 4 holes. I got 3 of them tightened down with thumb screws. Removed enough material that this thing won't move now. And it's perfectly centered with where the laser is at the moment. But as soon as I rotate it or slide it back and forth, then
it'll change.
That will not be centered. Yep. Because it'll never get it back into the same position. Never.
Oh, you see behind me right there on the wall? I got my saw blades hanging. I moved them from the other side of the shop over here. I got a little 7 1/4 and then a big 12-inch with a barn and American flag and a farm scene on it.
I can make that one out. Now that you said it was a barn, I can see it.
Yeah. And then the little 7 1/4 one is that Marquette sawmill from 1905. The picture I pulled off a Chamber of Commerce, Michigan Chamber of Commerce or something. Historical Society, maybe it was. I can't remember.
What else does anybody want to talk about?
Dinner. It's getting time to eat.
Yeah, it is. I feel like my blood sugar's dropped. Let me check it. No, it's too good.
Oh, it's just a good lazy hangout day, man. I was out here anyway, so.
Oh my gosh, too many notifications to keep up with. Okay, Dwayne. You have to send me a picture of that because I haven't saw the printed version of it. That's cool. That'll give you plenty of space. Yeah, it's for some people it is getting close to bedtime.
Yeah.
And then for the left coast, people are just getting off work.
Yep. Almost. Yep. It almost works that way.
Start chewing on leather. Try to get some calories.
There you go. It's a little bit beyond jerky, so.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. Figure out how to grind it up a little bit finer so you can. Chew it a little bit.
Okay, get that closed. And 8:33 already.
Yep.
So that hour and a half flew by.
Yeah.
Well, I've got half of 2 knives done and the sheaths done. Yeah, I am feeling. I haven't ate all day actually.
That's not good.
Some days I'll fast the whole day and then eat dinner. And tonight it's going to be a late dinner.
Yeah, I had. I took my dad into town today to get some parts for his truck, and stopped and got some chicken, but that was it. That's all I've had.
Here's the spacer that Dwayne printed out for his fiber laser. She just printed it out and it raises it up 100 millimeters. Very cool. Nice. Yep, the black thing there. I'd used a 2x4 in the past. I like his solution much better.
And it'll shrink in different ways too if you don't put it in the right way.
Yeah. Yep.
And it moves.
Okay.
It'll move with the humidity level in your shop too, in your basement or whatever. Yeah, Jay baked this M53 is only $279 still with the tariffs and everything. I just checked yesterday, and it was still $279 on Amazon.
Which one is it again?
The Adventure 5M from FlashForge. I have 2 of them now. I love them.
What's the difference between the 5M and the 5M Pro?
It's $250, where you can download and print your own enclosure for the 5M, and then Amazon has like the door kit and everything for $40. So if you got filament and time, you can print your own enclosure and then do the
okay,
and get the kit from Amazon for $40, and then you've got it enclosed. Basically, it's the exact same printer.
That's the only difference.
Huh, and and one of the reasons why I went this route was the Elegoo Century Carbon. They're not shipping them. They said they're available, but they're not shipping until the end of January or end of July or August or something like that.
Oh wow!
So I don't want to wait that long. I really like these printers, and I'm just basically printing with PETG and PLA, so I don't need an enclosure. So I haven't really gotten into. I almost pre-ordered one of those. I still might get one if they ever get their stock back in, where I don't have to wait 6 months.
The Centauri Carbon does look nice, but man, that's a long wait.
Yeah, they've had some issues. If you leave your little pro tip here, Dwayne, I just watched a video and a guy said if you leave the USB stick in it and then turn it on and it boots, it'll brick it. They had to send them a new motherboard. So I don't know if they fixed it or not, but he's like, don't leave your thumb drive in.
I wonder if it looks for firmware when it doesn't find it. It just gives up.
That's what he said. They think was going on. Is it booted with something in there, and it tried to boot off of a G code file, and it it just okay, he saw that one.
It just gave up at that point.
Yeah.
There. Now I should have no background noise.
Now, I did send my first 5M back after 3 days because I downloaded the firmware update and it killed the machine. It wouldn't do nothing. So every time I turn these on, it asks me if I want to update the firmware, and I say no. And so far, flawless. I haven't had an issue with them. Oh, I'm sure they're working on it. I use Elegoo PLA Pro for this black that I did this stuff in. and it prints 200 inner wall or 200 outer wall, 300 inner wall, and like 275 for everything else. It's fast. It took these from 49 minutes down to 21. No, and it's got a bigger bed. It's got a 256 squared bed. Mine's only got a 220 squared bed, so it's a lot bigger of a bed size too on that Elegoo. Well, that's not good. The Anchor Make M5C, yeah, I think it's 235 by 235. Mine is. But after they changed to the Eufy Make stuff or whatever they said, it quit working. I can't get it to work anymore.
I haven't even tried mine since they did that.
I mean, it'll print, but the Z is off again so far that it won't. It'll just start squirting stuff, and it'll just be a pile of hair. So, and I've done everything by adjusting the Z down when it starts to try to get a good flat print and everything. I don't know. The wheels are wearing off of it. It was just time to get another one. I might put it on Marketplace for free and see if somebody wants to come pick it up.
Give them a chance to
play with it. It's got 2 heads. I just bought a brand new head for it, a complete head unit, back before Christmas. And I bet you it's got about 8 hours on it.
Could be something going on with that extruder, James. It's the extruder gear or something like that. Let's see. Let me check the.
Oh, so the other thing with that Anchor Make is when you do these and they're that tall or even half that tall, it was starting to knock them over and knock the print down. So I had 3 or 4 failures where I couldn't even not treat once, like the regular standard supports. It would hit them and knock them down. Where the M5, the Adventure from FlashForge, has that the bed drops. It's got that Z drop in it every time it does that, and I haven't had one knock over yet.
James, I would go to the Bamboo website and fill out a technical ticket, start a trouble ticket.
Mm-hmm. There is somebody selling 3 Bamboo A1s with the combo, with the AMS combo kit, brand new in the boxes for $700. All 3 of them for $700. About 40 minutes from me.
And that's not a scam?
They got 9 of them. And they just
sounds too good to be true.
That's, yeah, I mean, probably, but it's a high rated seller, so who knows? Dwayne, that's what I was thinking. Where'd they steal them from? Oh, the Cobra? The Anycubic Cobra 3? I just talked to a guy at the last show I did, and he has 2 of them, and he's running them nonstop. He's got 2,000 hours on one of them since Christmas, and he has it hooked up somehow. He can watch it on his phone, and he showed me them running, and he showed me what the prints were that he does with them, and he loves them. Those Cobra 3s.
My only thought on those being that it's not enclosed. If you're going to do like ASA or ABS, you wouldn't be able to do those filaments.
Right. I can't do them on mine either unless I build the enclosure for it.
Right. $250. I'm looking at the difference between the S1 and the Cobra 3. 420, 2500. Yeah, but if you need that bigger build plate,
Is that the 3
hey.
isn't the? I don't think the 3 is that size. That must be the 3 Plus or the 3 Pro.
Oh, it says 3 max.
Max, yeah, the max. The 3 is, I think the 3 is a 220, 230, somewhere in there, maybe a 250.
250, 250, 260.
Okay.
So $399 for that with the material handling system. That's not a bad deal. Bad price, anyway.
Yeah, it's for the price, Rick. I mean, honestly, for plug and play, literally 10 minutes after pulling it out of the cardboard box, I had a print going on it. Well, maybe 20. I had to go through its calibration stuff, but what's up, Jerry?
Hey, Jerry.
Where's that out there in Vegas somewhere or California or something close to you?
Vegas.
Is it?
Yep. Up to $100 off, only 300 units. Get your code. Well, what's the code?
Sign up for our email list and you'll get the code.
Anycubic Cobra 3 combo. Oh, it has a code for 50. Wait, I can't see what that is. Let me put my glasses. $50 off. So it makes it what? $289?
What's the combo? Is that the 4-color thing?
No, it should be no. Yeah, it has the AMS code APR50. Here, let me just pull it up. $399. Use code APR50 to get $50 off. So that would make it $349. That's the combo. That's not bad to get that plus the AMS for $350. Well,
$400 or $459 or something like that, or something like that. It's not a bad price for a 4-color machine.
I haven't watched or read any reviews on those.
There's a guy called Coffee and Printing or Coffee and Tools or something like that out of Texas. Long-haired older guy. He's got a lot of the Anycubic stuff. He buys them that are broke down for like $100, $150. He's got one that's like the 420 by 420 by 500, and got it for like $150. And he had to rebuild it and fix some stuff, but he says it works great now. So, IV.
I wonder how much of what he had to rebuild was user error on part of the previous owner. Hey, V.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't say. They don't tell you. It's like Amazon return type stuff. It just gets shipped back. They box it up, throw it, and he said it still had the plastic on some of the parts, so it wasn't. I don't know, but there was some stuff broken on it. He had to fix.
Interesting. Oh my gosh, I gotta turn this off. I'm already sore. I spent a few hours today with the angle grinder and the orbital sander.
I got to do that this week too.
I have
old project.
Three axes, Pulaski axes that I'm having to polish up and then get engraved.
Oh wow!
And my deadline is coming up in a couple days. So I'm probably going to get something to eat instead of sitting down, go back out and keep grinding on them.
Yeah, it's getting dark out here already. It's almost 9.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm ready to wrap this up. I got to get something to eat.
That sounds like a plan. I'm getting hungry too.
I don't know.
Well, thanks everyone for hanging out. I'm going to post a link to those keychains again, just in case anybody's interested.
Those did turn out pretty good. I like those.
So the link is to our fundraiser keychains.
See you, Steve.
These guys right here.
And that's still on the bamboo, right?
Yep. Sure is. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. We appreciate it. I guess we'll wrap this up and stay tuned for the next one. And if you're not in our Facebook group, check the description. Link is in it. And stop by and say hi. And that's it. We'll see you later. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody. See you later.